All right, welcome everybody to the first of many personal finance videos we're gonna have here on the channel. And this one is about the top 5 ways to become financially independent. I think this is probably the cornerstone of all the other videos we're gonna do. All the other ones will be more specific. There's so many more specific things, but there's really 5 main things that you can do, or anybody can do, if you wanna become financially independent. Denise, are we financially independent?
No, I still have a job.
Okay, well, actually, before we get into the top 5 reasons, what's the reason you'd want to become financially independent? I would say in one word, it's freedom.
To be free.
Yeah, freedom.
I just got off of a 2-hour phone call on a Saturday morning, of all things. If I were completely financially independent, I wouldn't have to do that crap.
Well, I don't know. There's always something that pops up. You just have to like what you're doing, I suppose, because even in the things that I'm going to give you here, there's going to be things that are going to pop up with these things, I guarantee you. So there's no way to escape that. I mean, so you really have to love what you do, so you never work a day in your life, that type of a thing. So, okay, let's get into them. Denise has a list. What's the first?
Own real estate and other assets.
Okay, that's very important. Most people are trained by the media and their parents, by watching their parents, most people anyway, to buy consumer goods. Goods that depreciate and go down in value, right? Do you know anybody who does that?
Yeah. I know there are plenty of people in my family who are still okay with buying brand new cars.
Okay, well, we do that too on some things.
Borrowing money to buy them.
Yeah, yes. So basically what you want to do is you want to buy real estate, because generally real estate goes up in value. It may be an exception right now because we're kind of at a high point, and I'll be very, very weary in a markets that have appreciated a lot of buying a completed house right now. Land's okay. Building materials will hopefully go down. But don't look at it as your primary residence. If you're talking about becoming financially independent, of course you want to own your own house. Well, you don't have to. You can be a digital nomad too. We're into that kind of stuff too. That's what the channel's about. But you want to own houses that you rent out to other people. That's what you want. You want it to be an asset. An asset is income producing. An asset is not something that you spend money on and hope one day it goes up in value, which usually does happen with real estate, but that's not the definition of an asset. That's personal property as far as I'm concerned. All right, okay? So you want investments, you want anything that could generate income. A business, a side hustle is an asset, anything like that, any kind of a business too. So these are things that are going to generate you money so that you don't have to take that phone call in the middle of the night and in the first thing in the morning. You don't have to be there. It'll be doing stuff while you sleep. You'll be earning money. If you're earning money while you're sleeping from something, then you probably got an asset.
That's passive income.
Okay, right. So if you can't earn money while you're sleeping from this thing that you're buying or spending your money on, it's not an asset. So your personal residence is not an asset. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Unless you're renting out rooms in your personal residence, actually, then it is an asset, right? But it depends on how you use it. I mean, like the dream is, I want to get my own house all to myself and do my own thing, and that's the most expensive way to live. You're gonna have a very hard time becoming financially independent if that is the dream for you, because that is the absolute most expensive way to go. All right, what's number 2?
Live well below your means.
All right, do we do that?
Yes.
We do?
We can afford such a nice house, but we have this tiny little condo.
Oh, we do?
and Mike has no problem with it not having a garage.
I think it's too big. I lose stuff in there all the time. And we have a walk-in closet. What more could you ask for? Right?
More space.
Right. Well, that just accumulate. It's more space to accumulate more depreciating assets. Unless you're going to be buying incredibly expensive fine art that goes up in value, hopefully, you're going to be filling it with crap that's going to be you're going to spend all your time accumulating it. It's going to need maintenance, cleaning. It's going to go down in value in almost all cases. Okay, so you have to live well below your means in many, many areas, all the areas, really. Your salary should not determine your spending habits. That's what you have to realize, okay? Your salary is going to determine your saving and investing habits, hopefully. Because if you have a higher salary, you can save and invest way more. Because everybody's income, if you live well below your means, you try to live at the smallest dwelling unit you can. Actually, when I got separated before, I lived in I rented a room. I could have had my own house, but I rented a room for $500 all inclusive, and I saved all the money. I bought a house in cash. Actually, that's what I did, believe it or not, okay? I didn't have to do that. I could have done like everybody else, get a 30-year mortgage and pay for my personal residence, but I didn't have to do that because I was smart. And hopefully you guys will be smarter because we're giving you the secrets right here. So that's it. Live everybody's bottom line in terms of bare minimum necessities, like a room and some water and somewhere to shower and all. This is all the same. So everybody can have the same low expenses if you want. And again, if you have the high salary, then that's what you have. Is you have the super high investing and the super high savings, more investing actually, ability. So what's number 3?
Do not buy or lease new vehicles. And Mike bought a brand new Tesla, only because that was the only way he could get one.
well, the ones with all the self-driving features and the free supercharging and all this other grandfather stuff I'm in. Actually, by the time I sell that car, my car I bought is an exception. It was new. It was 107,000. Actually, they're going new. The base model is 140 right now. Okay, that's the base model for the new one, without even the self-driving software.
And yours works just as good as new.
Yeah, it works the same. So, I think I have free gasoline basically. I've never paid. We got over 200,000 miles on it. I've never paid for electricity. This may be the cheapest car I've ever bought, but that's an exception. The rule is, because no Tesla has this now, you buy a new Tesla, you don't get any of this stuff. Don't buy a new car. Never buy a new car until you're financially independent. Until your assets are paying your monthly car payment. Mine's outrageous. It's like $1,400 a month or something like that. I didn't put almost no money down on a $107,000 car. Maybe it's $1,200. I don't even remember. It's done automatically. But my assets pay for that. Okay, I have rental properties. They pay for that, so it doesn't matter. It's not like I have to work and slave to make the payment or anything like that. Okay, so that's what you want. So no car payments, no leases, right? Leasing is like Dave Ramsey calls it fleecing. It's like you don't own the car. You don't own it. You're just renting.
You maintain it, put new brakes and tires on it, then you gotta turn it over.
Yeah, and if it scratches and dents, you pay for it. You pay. Right? Okay, so that's the end of that one. I think that's pretty clear, but just don't do it. It's so tempting. And like also Dave Ramsey says, the most expensive smell in the world is the smell of a new vehicle. That is the most, because it's the worst investment you will ever make. And like I said, what I'm talking about with the Tesla, and actually the Tesla is like the best investment ever, because not only will it be the cheapest car I ever own as long as I can keep it going without it being totaled, but I also invested in the company because I was so impressed with the products and made a ton of money off their stock. So actually, but that is not normal. Don't think that's going to happen to you, because it's not going to happen to you. What's the next one? What number are we on anyway?
Number 4.
We gotta hurry.
Only pay interest.
Oh, she's got to read.
Ever pay interest on income generating expenses for assets.
Yes, that's the only thing you'd ever pay. So no credit cards, or unless the credit cards are paying for need repairs to your rental property that's bringing in money or something like that, and you happen to not be able to pay the bill one month. But the goal is to never pay interest on credit cards, never pay interest on student loans. I mean, student loan is not an asset that's generating income from you. You still have to show up and do the job that you were trained to do. The goal of being financially independent is to make money while you're sleeping. So therefore, that does not fit the definition of this, which is the tip, the hack, to become financially independent. So you need to not accumulate any kind of debt, really, unless it's like I said, unless it's, oh my gosh, I got this $20,000 repair for this house. I know I haven't had any repairs for 5 years on it, but now I got $20,000. I can't afford it. I got to take out a short-term loan. That's fine. But nothing else. You don't pay interest on anything else. Does this make sense?
Yes.
And have we always all followed that?
No.
Well, you need to.
There are no interest-free student loans, and I wanted a master's degree, so
okay.
I took out a student loan.
All right,
My
next.
company's paying for it.
Well, that's if you can get that done. Yeah.
Wisely invest all money you can gather.
Is this number 5, last one?
Yes, that's the last
So that's it.
one.
So if you do all the other steps, 4, pretty simple, you're gonna have a lot of money left over every month to not just save, but invest. And you have to invest wisely, not stupidly. Okay? Like, don't get in at the top of markets. Okay? Don't be dumping your money in dollar cost average if you have no idea what the hell you're doing. Don't think, oh, I'm gonna sell now because things are high. Well, when are you gonna get back in? I mean, yeah, things are high right now. I've told people to sell, but don't think you're gonna know when to get back in. I can't tell you that. So you have to invest wisely. You just have to take all the money you can, invest it, wisely. And most of what I'm telling you here is going against what you want, which is you've been trained and programmed to buy consumer products, right? And something that's newer and shinier,
I've been trying
and
to
works
keep
better.
money in my checking account, but every time there's something in there, Mike wants to invest in something. and I
Invested.
get
Damn
to
you!
clean it
Damn
out.
you! Oh, you invested again. Yeah, I wanted to buy some newer, shinier, more in fashion, latest style type of thing.
I wanted
And Mike,
to remodel the bathroom.
oh, okay,
And
yeah,
Mike's like,
yeah.
Oh, I found
Well,
something to invest
hey,
in.
I found a tube of caulk. That was a bathroom remodel, right? A tube of caulk.
Yeah, that kept me pacified for now.
Well, eventually it will need remodeling. There's no question. Everything does. So that's why you gotta save and invest all your money, because you gotta have money for these things. When it comes time that you have to fork out, like one of my houses I had to fork out, it was a couple years ago. I think I forked out like 30 grand on one of the rental properties.
Yeah.
And but that one actually, that has been a big cash cow, more than I thought. I was renting it for $17.50 a month. The new tenant went in at $23.25. Because the rents have gone up. I mean, it's bringing in a lot more money, and it will over time. Another thing with real estate, I would say, final thing, because I'm a licensed realtor, specialized in like North Carolina areas, but I can help you anywhere. I would say if you buy or rent real estate, unless you're underwater and you can't afford to pay your bills, the goal with that is never sell. I don't care what anybody says. I know it's gonna be easy, and even now, you could sell, but never sell. Because if you're in there now and you've been in there for even a year or two, you've made so much money, rent the damn thing out. Make it a short-term rental on Airbnb, something. Make it an income-generating asset, because that's the whole idea here. And I know some of my regrets with real estate over the years, I look back, I sold. I never should have sold any of the properties I had. I would have so much more money right now if I did. So that's it. So if you are almost to being financially independent, then that's good. If you're already there, even great. And Denise, for us or for you, how do you need a goal, right? How long do you think it's going to be to you get there? Do you have a goal? I mean, are you following all these things?
Yeah, I'd like to retire by only using 5% of my income, having my
Fire stuff, financial independence, retire early.
Yeah, that's one of my
Fire.
10-year goals.
Is that like Beavis and Butthead? Is that their financial plan?
No, they're talking about being pyromaniacs.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it. This is probably the most important of all the financial independence, not financial, but financial, what am I saying? Personal finance videos that we ever make, because it summarizes the whole damn thing in one video. But the hard part is doing it. So we're gonna have all kinds of videos about how to do it right. So much success to you. Write us down below if you're already financially independent, or write other tips that you have, and we'll read them and get back to you. Thanks. Bye.